30 seconds.
Roger.
20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Roll is completed.
Roger, roll complete.
There goes the pitch.
Roger pitch. You're on your way, Molly Brown.
Yeah, man.
We're a little bit high on the flight path, but no problem, Molly Brown.
Okay, Molly Brown's go for staging.
Roger, looks good from here.
Roger. Took update received.
Roger, update.
Okay, there was staging.
Roger, stage.
And we're thrusting.
Okay, thrust looks good from here.
Show full scale round to there. Okay, we're starting to steer. The horizon's got right in view.
Roger.
Our GS is go.
Looks good from here.
Oh man, look at that.
Steering is good from here.
Stand by to copy 2-1.
Roger.
Delta V 139. GMTRC 155547. GETRC 013147. Roll left 55. GMTRB 160531. Roll right 65.
Roger, copy Delta V 139. GMTRC 155547. GETRC 013147. Roll left 55. GMTRB 160531. Roll right 65.
Roger.
Mountain Island, Capcom. Go ahead. Roger, your Texas burn will be 48 feet per second for 73 seconds. Okay, 48 feet per second for 73 seconds. So far, we got your TR and Gemini load in. Your clocks look good on the ground. Everything's go here. See you next trip.
Molly Brown, Cape Capcom.
Go, Cape Capcom.
Look better from there than on a ballistic flight?
Say again.
Does it look better from there than on a ballistic flight?
I can't read the Gordo.
Roger, how do it look?
It looked great.
Right.
Conarvin, Capcom, K-Flight.
Conarvin, go ahead.
Ask him if any of the things we asked him to try did anything with the control system. I'm not concerned about it, just want to know how it acted. As far as we're concerned, he's go for the second orbit.
You still got a blood pressure, John? We didn't read it.
Hey, sir, okay, I'll give you another one.
Okay. Just wonder if he was breathing. Pretty spectacular up there, huh?
Say again.
Pretty spectacular up there, huh?
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
RKV from Cape Flight.
Cape Flight, RKV, Capcom.
Roger, you are prime for retro.
Oh, Roger, understand.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Retro fire.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. It is 11:26 a.m. Here in Florida, and I'm going to be hanging out with you guys. I labeled this a 30-minute live stream. They usually go a little bit longer, but we'll see. My daughter is currently at my parents' house being babysat, and I am going to be hanging out with you guys for this little stream. And then I'm going to be working on a couple videos. So, this topic of conversation was actually the topic of last night's stream. Last night's stream was, dude, it went, I think I at the beginning of the stream last night, I said, yeah, this is going to be 30 minutes, it's going to be 45 minutes, something like that. It ended up being almost 2 hours. And this topic of conversation led the way. And I had so much fun talking about it. And I figured, why not have another one of these live streams with the same exact topic for the afternoon crowd, or what is almost the afternoon to me. It's actually a very early stream for me. Normally I do them around like 1 p.m. or so. It's early, man. It's early. So welcome, guys. This topic is fun. Let's shoot the shit. It's always fun to find out people who have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, and they learn a little bit more about the history of kind of fan preservations, as you could call them. But Caleb Kemp, thank you so much for coming in with the first super chat and channel support of the stream. It's always good to see you, man. Hope you had a good day of work last night. Caleb said, I was just watching last night's stream, LOL. Hello there. What's up, man? Hello there, General Kenobi. So, yeah, if you were listening and watching last night's stream, you saw how fun it was. This topic, it's really near and dear to my heart, because I find so many of these fan projects, these fan preservation projects, to be just projects of passion. They come from a place of love. And I'm glad people like that exist, that have the will, the know-how, and the thoroughness to kind of go through it and make what we all love happen. So, but I appreciate that, Caleb. Good to see you, man. Sit back and hang out. So, Carter, thank you so much, Carter, as well. Let me give a little maybe background information for some people who might not know what the hell I'm talking about here. So, obviously, we know the special edition changes. We know the Blu-ray changes, the subtle changes in the 2004, 2006 DVDs. Even the McClunky version on Disney+. There's various versions of this original Star Wars trilogy, and they all have been changed, manipulated, and with every single home release. Now, the last time we got the original version, without all the doodads added to the movie or changed, was 2006, the bonus features on the 2006 DVD home release. They're not great quality. They're not HD, obviously. So what a lot of people have done in the fandom have kind of, well, there's a couple ways of going about it. To create an HD version of the original version of Star Wars, people like Harmy, you might have heard of. He has the Harmy's Despecialized Edition. What he did was basically use material from the 2011 Blu-rays and then kind of reverse engineered them to make them look like the original version. So what he did was take, various versions, primarily the 2011 Blu-rays, and rotoscoped and changed a bunch of stuff, color corrected to make them look like what the original version looked like, right? And then he had some Laserdisc stuff that he upscaled, said OBS disconnected, and now it just said it reconnected. All right, let me know if you guys can still hear me. This is like the second time in a week that it's done this. I'm not too sure why it happens. So if you guys can still hear me, I'll continue my little spiel. If not, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully you can still hear me. Goodness gracious. Can anybody hear me? Am I talking to myself? Nintendo Boy, you can still hear me? Alright, hopefully you guys can. Okay, you can still hear me. So, I don't know what was missed or whatnot. But, so yeah, Harmy changing the official releases to make them look like the original release, right? Then you got projects like the Silver Screen Edition or Puggo's 16mm preservation project. And then we also have my favorite, I think, is called Project 4K77. And while Harmy reverse engineered official releases, what Project 4K77 did was it had an actual 35 millimeter theatrical print of A New Hope. They scanned it in at 4K, they cleaned it up at 4K, and they rendered it at 4K. It is as authentic as you can possibly get for a theatrical release. That is my go-to. It's glorious. It's gorgeous. It's an enormous file. It's in 4K. It is incredible. That is my go-to. So that's kind of just a brief history of this stuff, for a little context for some of you guys who might not know what I'm talking about. Yeah, as of right, my go-to for a long time, obviously, was the 2011 Blu-rays, and then I discovered Harmy's in like 2012 or 2013. That was my go-to for a long time. Now my go-to is Project 4K77. And as Eloy, I'm sure I butchered your name. I apologize, man. But he said in the chat here, he said, but as a general audience, oh, wait. Where did it go? Harmy and the guys from Project 4K77 did such a great job that an official release would be redundant at this point. I tend to agree, man. I tend to agree. An official release it would be incredible. It would be, I would obviously get it just to have the official, box set or whatever. But dude, the Project 4K77 and what Harmy has been able to do over the multiple versions that he's had are I love the story behind them, and the passion that goes into these projects is almost means more to me than getting an official release at this point, But yeah, anyway. Cool, man. Let's shoot the shit. Carter Lovejoy, Ian Fox, Vince Wynn, thank you guys so much. Carter says, Lucas, I have destroyed all the original prints to the original trilogy. Remaining prints, allow me to introduce ourselves. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, obviously the original negatives, I don't know. I think those were so tattered and torn that when they did the restoration, I believe, for the DVDs, which was from I really don't know the history behind that. But yeah, he basically said at some point that those original negatives do not exist. Which is kind of, it's heartbreaking in a way from the standpoint of, not even from the standpoint of me wanting to watch them, but from the standpoint of preservation. Yeah. But luckily, Carter, we have people like Harmy. We have people like Puggo. We have people from OriginalTrilogy.com. We have people from, Project 4K77 who bring it to life. It's incredible. But yeah, man. I appreciate that, Carter. And Ian Fox, thank you so much as well. HelloGreedo, out of the hospital and back home. Good to hear, man. Hope everything went well. I'm assuming you got a little bed rest planned. But yeah, man. Best of luck. Eat a lot of ice cream? Maybe? Or is that a thing? For whatever reason, whenever maybe it's because of Forrest Gump, but whenever I think of hospitals, I always think of ice cream. and every time I've been to the hospital or visited somebody in the hospital, I've never seen anybody eating ice cream. But yeah, Ian, I appreciate that, man, and I'm glad to see you back home. Get well soon. Hope everything went well. But once again, man, I appreciate that support this afternoon. It's not even the afternoon. I'm so used to saying that. It's still super early, man. And Vince Wynn, thank you so much for the double guns here. Vince Wynn says, top 40 Star Wars game. Kidding. If Bo is in the Mando, what if he looks like a zombie because he's partially digested? That'd be so goofy. I might love it. Vince also says, Halo guy, question mark. Could you go into unnecessary, extensive, and thorough detail about what you think of the new gameplay trailer for the Xbox thing? Silly face. No. First, I'll answer that first. I'm not a Halo guy. I don't... Well, I've only played one Halo game, and that was the very first Halo game on the very first Xbox. I only played the couch multiplayer for a couple hours. I never touched the campaign. So no, I'm not a Halo guy. It's probably one of the biggest reasons is because I've never been much of a console gamer. Even when I did own an Xbox 360, I never got a Halo game. And honestly, not only the whole console gamer thing, but it's probably also because I've never liked first-person shooters. on a console with a controller. So I've always steered cleared from that kind of stuff. When Halo games were coming out, you know, I was playing shooters on my PC. I was playing Counter-Strike, Day of Defeat, you know, a bunch of stuff like that. So no, not a Halo guy. Not a Halo guy. But there's a lot of Halo people out there, for sure. Top 40 Star Wars games. Oh, goodness. No. my number one is Star Wars Galaxies. That's my all-time favorite Star Wars game. But, no, I don't... See, like, that... The idea of Boba Fett in Mando, as you put it, coming back and looking like a zombie because he's partially digested. I don't... I mean, I guess. I wouldn't like it. I like any reincarnation of Boba Fett coming back. It honestly, like, I'm sure maybe it would be done spectacularly. Maybe it would be done so great, undeniably good, from the internal aspects of the Mando story. Maybe it would work. I'm sure it will, you know, if that's going to be the case. But the general concept of it has never appealed to me. The same way, like, Maul coming back never appealed to me. And I fully admit that after watching the Clone Wars and seeing his entire arc and seeing how they utilized him, I like the execution of it. But as a general concept, I still don't like the idea of bringing back characters from the perceived dead, I suppose. But it'd be terrible. That'd be great. I don't know, man. Sometimes terrible is terrible. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Vince. Saber Lord, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Hope you're doing well. I was born in the early 2000s and watched the VHS theatrical versions of the original trilogy first. So I'm nostalgic for those. Blu-ray these days. Let me read that again. I was born in the early 2000s and watched the VHS theatrical versions of the original trilogy first. So I'm... Oh, gotcha. You probably had the same VHS box set that I'm looking at right now, with the little George Lucas quote on the back and the big faces on the VHS boxes. Yeah, that's the version that I grew up watching too. This version that I'm looking at, I don't know if it's the same one that you have. I'm assuming it is. Came out in 1995. This is the version that I just destroyed when it came to popping in my VCR constantly. I'd be very curious how it plays now. I'm sure it'd be fine, but I don't want to try it. I don't want to test it. So yeah, that's the version that I grew up with. The pre-special edition VHS box set rather. And that's the way I watched Star Wars. You know, before this, watched them on TV. Before this, watched them on the CBS Fox VHS tapes as well. Pre-special edition, of course. That's the way I knew Star Wars. From the first time I ever watched it, probably in 1988. I don't know. I was born in 86, and I know for a fact, like, I watched them super early. But that's the way I watched Star Wars until the special editions. And I think that's why, you know, that original version is just so near and dear to my heart. And I always, that's the way I want to watch Star Wars, you know. It's like, I don't know, with every version. And I understand everybody has a different love, a version that they love. And I get it. You know, if you grew up with the special editions, those are probably what you're nostalgic for, you know. I get it. I completely get it. But while all those other versions pretty much exist in HD formats, from an official release standpoint, I want an official release, HD, 4K, whatever, future modern formats pop up, you know. But yeah, I'm with you, Saber. I'm with you. For me nowadays, you said the Blu-rays these days. For me, it's Project 4K 77, that fan restoration. It's mind-blowing, dude. It's mind-blowing. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. And Ian Fox, thank you so much for the channel support as well. Once again, Ian says, ice cream is definitely happening. Doctors put a breathing tube down by my pipe in surgery. Throat is pretty sore. Doing good, though. I'll be playing some Battlefront 2. Nice. That's, I've never had that. The idea of that is terrifying. I hope everything's going well. I'm sure. I guess I never thought of like a sore throat. That makes complete sense. Like I said, I've never had that. I've only known one person that I know. Actually, I know two people that I know of that have had that, and I've never talked to them really about it. Actually, well, yeah, they're both no longer with us now. And a sore throat. I never really thought of that, but that makes complete sense. Giant ass thing down your throat. Ice cream is the cure, or spoonfuls of honey. There you go. But enjoy the vegging. Enjoy the Battlefront 2, man. And eventually you'll be able to enjoy some Squadrons, right? Hell yeah. I saw everybody posting their Squadrons footage, and you know what sucks? I'm not like this. This did not aggravate me whatsoever. I'm easygoing. It doesn't bother me. I was actually scheduled to participate in that early access kind of playtest that a bunch of other YouTubers participated in. EA even shipped out some PCs and whatnot to play them on. The playtest happened on last Friday, and also Monday, and my PC didn't arrive until Wednesday. So FedEx messed up, and it didn't get to me in time, which is a huge bummer. So I have this huge, giant PC box sitting in my house right now, just waiting for somebody to pick it up. But like, whatever, it is what it is. But dude, the game looks so much fun. It looks so much fun. But can't wait. Anyway, Ian, I appreciate that, man. And Ian, once again, thank you so... Oh, wait, Caleb... it's all out of whack for me. Caleb, thank you so much for the channel support. There's one thing that triggers me. The thumbnail has the HDR logo on 4K77, but it's not HDR because they say don't have the capability, LOL. Oh, really? That's just... I didn't realize that. I just have these images saved. I don't actually have them printed out. But that's interesting. I wonder, let's see, where did that file go? And obviously that, I don't believe, so I could be wrong about this. Why is my shit not working? One sec. I'm trying to click on these images on my computer and they are not popping up. It's like my Windows is messing up. There we go. Okay, finally did. That was weird. So for the artwork that we're looking at in the thumbnail, the Despecialized and Project 4K77, I don't believe those were created by like Harmy or the folks who made Project 4K77. I think those were from just people who wanted to make some cover art for an actual physical copy that they made, So, yeah, whoever made these, they're cool though. The Despecialized cover that's on the thumbnail, I love it, man. I love it. I want to get a physical copy made, and have a physical copy. But yeah, that's interesting. I've never noticed that. But yeah, again, I don't believe, I could be wrong. I don't believe that was made by the folks who actually made the movie happen. But yeah, anyway, Caleb, good find. I appreciate that, man. And Ian Fox, once again, thank you so much, man. I believe I have the OG VHS tapes to answer your question. Yeah, those are near. So there are. This is the 1995 box set. You can't see what I'm looking at. But yeah, maybe I could turn on my webcam for a split second. But yeah, the 95 box set that I have is not the first VHS set. VHS tapes that you can get. But this is the one that I watched the most of. And it is near and dear to my heart. It's I'm never probably going to pop it into another VCR again. It's just a thing. It's just a thing from the past. Kind of a time capsule of the way that I watched Star Wars, right? And, yeah, as you put it, the OG VHS tapes are... Yeah, they're kind of an interesting little relic, right? An interesting little relic. I gave away so many old VHS tapes to Goodwill over the years. Movies that I love, I gave away a Jaws VHS tape to Goodwill, just, but this is really the only one that I kept, just because it means so much to me, and kind of, the way that I digested Star Wars for a decade or more, but, yeah, man, I appreciate that, Ian. Love it. Yep, that's them. Nice. Yeah, on the website they say that to make 4K 77 HDR, it would require a regrade of the entire film, which of course would be time consuming, and they're limited by the equipment they have. Gotcha. To be honest, I just use Disney Plus. I don't own any physical copies. Stan Craig. Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Physical media is going by the wayside. The only physical stuff that I own are things that I absolutely love, right? And the only way that I'm gonna buy another Star Wars box set of the original movies are if they are the original cuts, pre-special editions. But yeah, man, I don't blame you. That's the way probably most people go. I don't really, I mean, most people probably, your average moviegoer, your average Star Wars viewer, they don't really care about this stuff, right? This is just kind of a very small percentage of us, I think. I could be wrong. Want this stuff, but yeah. Anyway, but So like the only physical movies that I buy nowadays are, like I said, really stuff that I love. I pre-ordered Jaws on 4K. I got the Best Buy Steelbook. That's an example, something that I wanted to have. And then I bought like First Man, the Ryan Gosling, Neil Armstrong movie. Bought that in 4K because I love that movie. Stuff like that, But anyway. Me and my wife's favorites are the prequels. She loves Phantom Menace the most. It's the one she really clings to. Also, we have Star Wars themed wedding. Oh, nice, man. Nice, Brett. That's cool. The Phantom Menace is my favorite prequel as well. What's up, Josh? I'm trying to get physical copies of all the movies I love because in decades, certain movies might be impossible to find on streaming services. Yeah, that is one of the biggest trade-offs. Sometimes there's something that I really want to watch, and then you Google around to find out what service is showing it, and a lot of the times, for whatever reason, they're not. So what's really cool though, Steve, is for every physical copy that you buy, for the most part, I found that you get a digital copy as well. So, and really, if you buy a new movie on, I don't know, the Google Play Store, Amazon, wherever, it's like $20, right? If you buy it, you don't rent it. And what's spending another $5 or $10 to get a 4K like release of it, physical release? And you get 4K, you get Blu-ray, you get digital. I can see why it would absolutely be worth it, but Josh says, I assume you saw the Apollo 11 documentary, right? That was absolutely incredible, seeing all the history in such good quality. Dude, Josh, you know me. I have seen countless Apollo documentaries, Gemini, Mercury, the space program documentaries, out the ass. It is my wheelhouse. It is what I love. It's like one of my first loves, right? The Apollo 11 documentary that was released last year, right? I think it was last year. Time is flying. But that documentary it is, to me, the best representation, the best documentary of that mission. Now, other documentaries, they obviously focus on the build-up. They focus on, all the other programs, whatnot. Apollo 11 was just the perfect showcase of the Apollo 11 mission. I loved everything about it. Obviously, the footage of the launch and the way they kind of showed them traversing space and getting to the moon, and all that stuff was great. Some of my favorite stuff was at the beginning, where they're showing the crowd They're showing the Saturn V being rolled out. It's the build-up. They're showing mission control. Just everybody that was there to experience or work on the thing. That documentary, if you guys haven't seen it, watch it. It's just Apollo 11. That's what the documentary is called. It came out, I believe, last year. Do yourself a favor. Watch it. It's cinematic. It is cinematic. And it's one of the best documentaries I have ever seen of that mission. Another one I would recommend to you, it's a I believe a 6 or 7 part series. It's called When We Left Earth. And it's narrated by Gary Sinise, and it's just goes through like the history of the space program, basically from Alan Shepard all the way up to the shuttle program. It's fantastic. But anyway. Yeah, man. Love it. Vince Wynn, thank you so much for the channel support once again, man. Vince says, feel like I'm overdue for a sincere question, LOL. When the talk of the new Star Wars film dates, do you think Star Wars stories will get bigger or smaller? That is an interesting question. My mind immediately goes to smaller. We've had a lot of kind of galaxy-shaking, galaxy-wide stakes in a lot of Star Wars. You know, combating the First Order, combating the Confederacy, combating the Galactic Empire. We have these films that are so huge when it comes to the stakes in the galaxy. The only one that I think is way more low-key than that is Solo. I would like to see more stories like that, smaller in scale, that are maybe focused on individual systems or something like that. So that's kind of what I want to see. Is that what they're going to do? I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to go bigger. You know, I mean, look at the trends in giant blockbuster movies. The sky is falling. There's a big bad guy who wants to destroy everything. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's basically the way every huge, I don't know, Marvel movie is, right? So I would like to see them go smaller scale when it comes to, the only way that I can put it is like the stakes in the galaxy and what the main characters have to fight against, you know? Because I think there's a lot of room to explore smaller scale, stories in the Star Wars universe in film, and I would like to see that, you know. But yeah, Vince, we'll see. But I appreciate that, man. Hope you're doing well. I want smaller stories driven by character. Yeah, absolutely, Vince. Absolutely. Me as well. A lot of room to explore. But yeah. Anyway. All right, guys, that was 33 minutes of a 30-minute labeled live stream. So tonight I will not be doing a stream. Yeah, no stream tonight. I'll probably stream at least once this weekend. It might be a Battlefront stream. We'll see. I might even carry this topic over to a weekend stream. It's fun to talk about, and yeah. Anyway, so thank you to everybody who supported the channel today through super chats. I appreciate the ever living hell out of it. Thank you to everybody who hung out, shot the shit, and thanks for everybody who didn't say a damn word and just listened to my dumb voice. But all right, guys, all right, have a fantastic afternoon, morning, evening, wherever the hell you are on planet Earth. Have a fantastic weekend if I don't see you. Cool. All right, everybody, enjoy your day. See ya. Star Wars Santa. Star Wars Santa, I dig the name. Thank you for coming in with the final super chat and channel support of the stream, man. Right before I said bye-bye, you shot it my way. But, dude, thank you so much for the channel support. Star Wars Santa says, want to just throw some support to an awesome content creator. Keep it up, man. Well, dude, thank you so much. That for the kind words, that means the world. it's fun. I still love making silly ass videos and talking about Star Wars 9 years after this channel first kicked off. It's hard to believe. But Star Wars Santa, thank you so much, man. I will keep it up. In fact, after this stream, I'm going to be working on a video for about 3 hours until my parents drop off my daughter from her babysitting extravaganza. So that is my plan. So I shall keep it up. But Mr. Santa, thank you so much. Now enjoy the tunes. Have a good one, guys. Later.